Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for joining me. This video will be a project share of some of my do-it-yourself paper layout embellishments using your paper scraps. I love making embellishments, and I also like to keep all of my papers regardless of how big or how small they are. I always think that you can still make something even with the smallest pieces of paper. And I'm going to show you as well one of my embellishments that I have made using the small pieces of paper. So making paper embellishments can be daunting. It can be overwhelming sometimes. There are so many lovely embellishments that I have seen on Instagram, as well on YouTube and Pinterest, and some of them can be quite intricate with lots of layering and lots of dimension. I love making those sort of embellishments as well, but sometimes I like to also just make them really quick, just to have some stuff ready on hand if I want to finish some projects. And all I've decided to do, if I want to make simple embellishments with my scraps, I just have 3 pieces of papers that don't have to coordinate. It doesn't matter what size. And then maybe have a focal element to finish off the embellishment as well, whether it's going to be some paper punch shapes or a die cut or an ephemera. And then the rest is pretty much complete. And then you can add some little touches like little flat back pearls or enamel dots. So these ones here I'm going to show you that I've made. I'll show you these ones first. These ones here are just simply made using strips of papers. You can see I only used 3 pieces of papers, and then I just layered them on top of one another. Down here with one of them, I just punched a little heart using my heart shape, and then left that sort of open that way, and that just sort of looks really cute. And then I may just use a fishtail banner shape on another piece of paper, and then I just glued that together and sort of staggered them. As you can see, I didn't coordinate the papers. I just picked out papers and then hoped that it's just going to look nice. And generally, I'm always quite happy at the very end. Sometimes I start layering the embellishment and I think, oh, maybe it's not a nice print to add to this one, but I just keep going. I don't stop. And then once you even this embellishment here that I've added, this focal piece that I added onto the paper strips, you can see that it's a whole different kind of print as well, but it still looks really nice all together once it's complete. And then I just finished it off with a little tassel here on the end, just punching a little hole here, and then added a tassel. You could add some beads. You could also add like other small little tags if you want to add that to the end here. And then I just finished it off with a little small heart, and then just raised that with a little bit of a foam dot just to make it more interesting. And these circle layered embellishments here that I have are these ones, which I'll just show you. I've made a few. If you look at my Etsy store, I have these in my shop, and you get a random 6 different random pieces of these sort of medallion embellishments that you could then use in your projects. And then you can dress it up a bit more if you like, and add your own extra pieces onto the base of these little medallions. And I really like these. I use these a lot in some of my projects, and in the listing you get a random 6 of these. And I'll show you how it looks like when it's packaged in a vellum pocket that I have also made. And then I added some washi to the side, and I've secured the washi with extra glues to keep it nice and strong. And then I'll open it just to show you. It's got a little washi strip just to keep the closure, which you can then take off as well. And then inside you get the 6 random circle medallion embellishments, and there are also 6 word sentiments in here as well. So it's these sort of ones. They're all different words. So you'll get 6 of those in the pack, as well as this really cute little vellum pouch as well, which you can then reuse again on for your gift packaging, or you can use it to store your other embellishments. So that's how it comes if you like to purchase this from my store. But we'll go ahead and I'll just show you some of the other ones. This is another one. So you can see they're all different patterns. I just add another tassel. Again, I use that same circle medallion embellishment base that I placed, and then added another word sentiment and a little heart on this one. This is another one, similar one again. Again, just using 3 different strips of paper. You can add more, you can add less, you can keep layering them if you like. But this is just another one. And then these are great too. You can add these onto any projects as well. So I'll show you how it looked like. This is a little, just a piece of paper that I'd folded in half and then made my own little page tab just to decorate the edge of the little folded paper. And I have a tutorial as well on how you can make your own little page tabs as well. And you can make all different types of tab shapes. So see if I've got some here to show you. So like these ones here, you could make these sort of shaped tabs. There's this one here. So you don't need to use a die. If you don't have a die cutting machine, you can make your own tabs. And I'll put the link to my video on how you can make these in different sizes. But let's just say you have a little booklet or a flip book or a mini album or junk journal. But this is again just a plain blue, and you can then just place that onto the front of your book like that, and then you can have this little tassel hanging on the end. And you could also add some foam dot if you want and have it more raised. And you can see that just already finishes off the cover already. Or if it looks a little too plain, if you have some doilies, you can place a doily to the front however you like it, and you can either glue that back or cut that off and then place your embellishment that you made on the top. See how lovely that looks? And what you can also do with these sort of embellishments with these long strips, if you like tuck spots or you do junk journaling or mini albums or your planners, you can also place this on the inside, and then you just add some glue just enough to the top here and to the bottom, or however height your page is. So you'll have it glued like that, and then you'll have an opening here, and then you can use that as a tuck spot. I just grab this paper here, and then you can create a tuck spot once you've glued the top and bottom. You can use this as a tuck spot to add your other little pieces through there, whether it's a photo mat or some packaged goodies. So that's another way you could use these little embellishments as well. Or you could use it as a tag. You can punch a hole here and use this as a packaging idea for a tag. You could also have it this way, depending how you have your word sentiment. And then you can use this as a bag topper by adding this to a bag topper base, and you can glue that onto that, and then that decorates your packaging as well. So lots of fun ways you could use with this sort of embellishment type. I do like these, and I'm going to also have these in my shop, and I'll show you what you get in the pack if you like to purchase these ready-made that I've made, and then you can add them to your projects. So that's some of them. And then I also made these ones. I did put one of these in one of my projects in one of my other videos. I'm not sure if you may recognize this embellishment, but I made these as well. Again, I just used 3 different papers and then just cut them into strips. Again, I punched a little hole, heart, using a heart punch, created some little fishtail banner, and then just over layered one on top of the other. So that's, and then I just finished it off with a gold glitter heart. Again, just one of my punches, which is this one here. And then you could use this again as a tag. You can punch a little hole and then create a little tag. You can have it this way. You could use this in projects again. It'll look nice like that in the front. You can also add more layering to the back if you'd like to. So you can do that. And then I'll just show you some more that I've made. So these are some of the ones that I've made. So easy to do, to put together. Don't need a lot of papers. So what I've done here, I'll just show you how they look like without the heart. So you can see here, I just cut a piece of paper, punched a hole here. You could also use a corner rounder punch and just corner around the bottom to decorate that, and just added a couple little strips to the top. And then I just placed one of my little focal element that I'd like to place just like that and glue that onto the top. I mean, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You could also just, let's see if I've got, I'll just use this. If you don't want to add a shaped element, you could add another strip and then just place it on the top like that and then cut that off. So then you can have it sort of like that and glue that onto there, and then that sort of finishes off the edge. So that's another way. And this is another one that I finished, and then I placed this vellum blade butterfly that's attached to this heart, which I have these on in my shop too. You get this embellishment, and I just thought I'd place that on the top of this one. And it still turned out really nice. So that's those embellishments. And then I also made these. I wasn't too sure about these or how they look like. I think they turned out okay. So these are, I sort of used some scrap papers, and then all I'd done was tore the little pieces of paper and then just made some paper laid clusters, and then just added a word sentiment and then stapled that onto the cluster of papers. So I'm still not too sure with this sort of look, but I mean, I think it turned out all right. I mean, you let me know what you think down below, and leave a comment if you think these are something you'd probably think of doing. This is another one. I mean, I think they're okay. I'm so used to having tidy edges, so it's sort of something I'm still trying to let it grow on me. But once I've actually placed it on, say, a project, so this is a pocket that I made. It's got a little tag in there, and I made this little cute pocket using this paper punch. You get 3 different sizes. There's a and then you just line your paper in there and you punch it, and then it creates this sort of fishtail banner shape in whatever size you choose. And then I made it with the larger size, which is the 2.5-inch size banner shape, and then all I done was fold it in half and made a pocket. So then I thought, let me just see how it's going to look on a project. So let's say I've got a pocket, it's plain, and then I'll grab this one which is on the top, and if you want to place it on the top, it still looks okay. I'm quite happy with that, but I think it needs something else. So you can also grab another piece of paper. Again, I just use a banner shape, a fishtail banner. So if I was to place that there and adhere that to the pocket, placing that on the top, and then maybe add some flat back pearls or enamel dots around it, it might still look really nice. So it does look okay. I'm quite happy with it, actually. I think it does look fun, like the sentiment says. I think it looks pretty good. And I think this is great too. You can add these onto little tags. So I think I might make a few more of these. They're pretty easy and quick to make. Here's another one. So I'll just show you how I tore the papers to create this cluster. So what I do here, I just grab papers, small papers, and I'm just gonna, let's do one here now in this video, and I'll show you how I've done it. We'll grab this yellow piece. So what I've done, when I tear the paper, I want to make sure that I can see the little white bit around the edge, which is below underneath the print of the paper. So I'm just going to tear it. So you can see when you tear it, you'll see the white bit there. And that's what I want to show around for my cluster. So I just randomly just rip it and create some kind of a weird shape. So I've got that, and I just use, I think, 4 4 layers of papers that are torn. I'm just going to grab this one as well, it's sitting on the top. Again, you just want to make sure you can see the cluster. And then just, again, stripping that off. So you can see that one, I went the wrong way, so I want to go this way. And I might just grab one more. What is this one? And then, so that's all I've done with that. So I've got my 4 little pieces of papers that I've torn, and then I just sort of decide which I like to have showing on the top. So I might just do this. Just have a little play around, and I don't think there's a rule on how it's placed. I just like to see the different patterns peeking out. So look, I'm happy with that. And then I'm just going to grab one of the word sentiments that I also have in my shop. Again, I'm just going to tear the end like that. And then I just use a stapler to keep them all together. So I'll just place that there like that. I'm just going to grab my, this is my Heidi Swap little mini punch. So that's all I do. It's pretty simple. And again, you can just grab something if you want to hide the stapler, or if you don't mind having that shown, which I think is still nice to have shown. You can just cover it up again with another element just to cover that up, and then that sort of pretty much completes this little paper torn paper laid cluster. So I'm just going to stick that on there. So let me grab this and see. It's the same paper actually as this pocket. So and you can place it on there like that, and it looks nice. So I think I'm quite happy with these. Look, let me know what you guys think below, whether this is something you might like to try and do. It still worked for me. But as I said, in my shop, I am going to put some of these in my shop because I think these are really nice. And so what I've decided to do is, in the pack, you will get a random embellishment like these ones that I've made. I've made a few more, but I haven't got them here. So you'll get a random embellishment, which is one of those. I'll also add in there one of these, a random one as well. And I'm also going to add one of these little paper torn clustered embellishments as well, and see how you go with these, and hopefully you'll be able to make a project using these as well. So you can give that a go and try that. So you'll get these 3 in the pack, or a random 3 different ones. If you're interested, it'll be listed in my shop for you to also, you can add these as gifts for Happy Mail or for your projects. So that is what I want to share with you in this video, just some paper embellishments. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you also give this little project a go and see what you come up with as well. So I'll see you all soon in my next video. Bye.